Hello everyone. So today we're going to talk about the product and quotient rules. So if I have the derivative of two functions being multiplied together, how do I know how to find the derivative? Well, here below is the product rule. So if I have a product of two functions here, if I have f of x times g of x, the derivative is just the derivative of the first function times the second plus the first function times the derivative of the second. Okay, and so what I notice here is that the tick marks just move, right? So it starts with the first function, and then in the second term it just moves to the second function. But otherwise you're just copying f times g plus f times g, and it's just f prime times g plus f times g prime. If I were to actually do this with the product of three functions, f times g times h, the same idea would follow suit, where I just say that it's f times g times h, where I just put plus f times g times h plus f times g times h, but all that happens is the tick marks just move. So the derivative of a product of three functions would be f prime times g times h plus f times g prime times h plus f times g times h prime. So just an FYI, you're not going to really see a product of three functions on the AP exam, but if you were to kind of just generalize this rule further, I'm just showing you that in fact for the product of three functions, it does follow that idea where the tick marks literally just move from one function to the next as the terms go on. Okay, so what I want to do here in part A is just recognize that I have a product of two functions, right? This is my first function that I'm recognizing, the 3x, and then e to the x is my second function. So when I'm trying to find the derivative of f, I just know that it's the derivative of the first function times the second plus copy the first function times the derivative of the second. Okay, I'm just emphasizing more with the dot that we're multiplying these. Okay, but you don't necessarily need to write that. So the derivative of 3x is just 3 times e to the x plus 3x times the derivative of e to the x, which is just itself e to the x. So that would be our derivative. Now with something like this, throwing it back more to previous sections, I need to recognize, of course, that this is in fact a product of two functions, but I just want to make sure you understand that we need to rewrite the square root of x, right, as x to a power, because we don't have any specific rules for the square root of x. All right, so we do need to rewrite this as x to the 1/2 times ln of x. Okay, and so now I can take the derivative. So I say that this is the derivative of the first function times the second plus copy the first times the derivative of the second. And so this gives me 1/2 x to the 1/2 minus 1, right, using power rule, times ln of x plus x to the 1/2 times 1 over x. Okay, and so now I get that this is 1/2 x to the negative 1/2 ln of x plus x to the 1/2 divided by x. And so now you can simplify the second term by subtracting the exponents, right? When we have division there, we subtract the exponents. So this gives us 1/2 x to the negative 1/2 ln plus x to the negative 1/2. Okay, and then its equivalent form, again using exponent rules, to rewrite x to the negative 1/2 is just 1 over the square root of x. So we could rewrite this as 1 over 2 root x times ln of x plus 1 over root x which is again equivalent to ln of x divided by 2 root x plus 1 over root x. Okay, so honestly, I'm fine with this, but here, if you have it on a multiple choice or something like that, these are also below it equivalent.